welcome. It's our second official podcast. My name's Jordan, and I'm a hot mess this week because I'm just coming back from an 11-day break and thought it'd be a good idea to start recording this podcast my second day back to work. I'm also coming off of a cold, so I sound like a hot mess, and it'll be great. It'll just blend right in.
Maybe you'll be able to tell us apart.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You certainly couldn't last week, so good luck to us.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm a hot mess this week because I literally cannot just get my shit together. My house is a flipping mess, and I just can't get it under control. Between the holidays and, you know, all the crap the kids got for Christmas and we got for Christmas, and then the decorations, it's just, I need some help.
It's the piles.
It is.
It's you got to make the piles and then work through the piles, and then all the piles have to have homes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is. It's just, it's a
I'm
mess.
going to help you with that. I have solutions for you today.
I'm excited.
Can I also have the solution?
Nope, they're only for Amanda.
Okay. Well, this is Lauren, and I'm also a mess basically for the same reason. So the kids have been out of school now for a week and a half, and my house is a pigsty. So it
Yeah, I feel your pain.
It's like pointless to pick up the toys and stuff when the kids are home all day.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no routine. It's just everything's a mess. And I'm ready for them to go back to school tomorrow. And like you, tomorrow's our first day back to school, and I'm sitting here doing the podcast tonight, thinking like, okay, we're gonna start, pack lunches in the morning, and we'll see how it goes.
So clearly, we've recorded this like way ahead of whenever it gets released. It's going to get released like at the end of January-ish, maybe.
Yeah. Again, we are the Hot Mess Roundtable.
Cool. We don't know what we're doing.
What we're doing.
Goals, though.
But of course, the most important thing tonight: what are we drinking, ladies?
What are we drinking, Jordan?
Well, okay, I supplied the drinks tonight, and we are absolutely drinking Sam's Club Members Mark, $9 for 1.5 liters of sangria. Cheapest alcohol you can probably buy, and the most delicious thing. It tastes like grape Kool-Aid.
It is delicious.
It is very good.
It really is. And it like disappoints my father so much because he like has his fancy wines and his bourbons and his scotches.
Well,
And
he makes his own wine.
He does. But like I can see like the sadness in his eyes when my sister and I drink our like $9 sangria from Sam's Club. And I just think, you know what? It's Midwestern luxury. I don't know what to tell you. It's freaking delicious.
Yeah, it is very good and cheap, and it's good.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, I always have like at least 2 bottles on hand, like always. It's my go-to.
You know where to come after a hard day.
Yes,
That's right.
we do.
Anytime, ladies. Anytime.
Yes, we do.
Okay, it's our first I feel like it's our first real podcast where we're like actually going to talk about a real topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see if we screw this up. It's going to be so fun. But this week we're talking all about resetting our home after the holidays and finding that organization in the new year, because we all make like these resolutions.
Absolutely not.
No, you don't do them at all?
Yeah. My husband does.
That's really healthy to just be like, I'm not going to do it.
No. I don't know about healthy. I just know my habits aren't going to change.
Yeah.
So I just gave up on doing them like years ago.
I tried,
healthy.
but this year I decided that I'm making the family a priority. That's what
That's good
that's what we're
one.
gonna do.
That's
you
a
know,
good one.
I know I can stick to that one. We just need it. We need it, and I'm excited with it. We've got some trips planned. But I need this organization so that when I get back from these trips, my house doesn't drive me insane.
Yeah. So every year I make like every New Year's resolution and then promptly drop them all before like the end of January or February. But this year, one I do plan to stick with is absolutely social connections. That's going to be my New Year's resolution. And I'm looking for a book club.
Oh.
So maybe somebody out there can tell me a really good book club to join in Springfield, Missouri.
We have one at our school.
I want like a little old lady book club.
Don't think
like
you
I'm
would
really
love the
excited
book.
about it. I know people who do book clubs. I swear they're a thing. I'm excited about it. I'm going to do it. Plus, I'm doing this podcast with you guys.
Yes.
and
This is good. Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm getting back involved in community theater because I'm a giant sucker. And so, it's
I
all.
love that for you, though.
I do too, actually. It's like my old friends from high school. And it's just like very.
You're gonna be down in my neck of the woods, aren't you?
I am.
Yay!
Nixa.
Down in Nixa.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Okay, but one of the things I always do every year is, I'm going to get so much more organized. I'm going to get my shit together, right? Like, that's my New Year's resolution. Like, every year, it's like, I'm going to be better this year because I am a recovering perfectionist, right? We've already covered that. So that's what it is. So today, we're going to talk all about getting our shit together after the holidays.
Thank God.
Which sounds like we all need it.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
So when do you guys take down your holiday decorations? Do we weigh in on this yet?
I usually try to do it like the weekend after Christmas, or if not the day after. But this year, I waited till New Year's Day to do it. But
I am like
it made me feel better. Are you like that day?
I am. I'm like a Christmas night. I'm so excited to put my Christmas decorations up. I put my Christmas decorations up the night of Thanksgiving after all the family festivities. I drag them all out, put them up, and then the night of Christmas, it all comes down.
Yep.
And it's out of my life. And I'm always so excited to take, because it's a lot of clutter. And so I'm always really excited to get rid of the clutter and start the new year fresh.
Yep.
What about you, Lauren?
That's like so healthy. I am going to take them down whenever I don't have kids. Whenever my kids go back to school. Not tomorrow, because I have plans all day while they're in school for like the 4 hours I get. Because my two youngest go to like part-time daycare. So I get about 4 hours, maybe more like 3.5, 4 days a week. So tomorrow I have plans the whole time that they're gone. They're not in school Friday. So probably next week, to be honest. My husband has drill this weekend, so it won't be this weekend.
See, that's healthy too, because do it whenever you have time.
Yeah.
And whenever you feel like it.
So we actually paid to have our outdoor decorations put up this year. We didn't do it ourselves. And they're going to come take them down and like store them.
Oh.
So I kind of feel like I have a pass. Like the indoor ones don't have to come down until the company shows up to take the outdoor ones.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to tell you guys about, here's a product recommendation for you that I have not personally used, so can't actually vouch for, but I've seen it. So our neighbors, like 3 or 4 houses down from us, have them. They're called permanent Christmas lights.
Yes.
I have
know
seen
about
those.
these.
You can get them off of Amazon. They're like $300 a strand. They're crazy expensive, but you install them and you leave them up all year, and like they'll do whatever color, and they're so bright and vivid. I love them.
Yeah, I've seen those.
So I keep telling Thor, my husband, that I need permanent Christmas lights. And he keeps explaining to me that we don't have the right kind of house for them, because he's a professional lighting and sound guy. So he keeps explaining to me that like these are not the right lights for us because we don't have the right splash or whatever. I'm getting them. I want them. He's going to have to figure it out. I'm so excited about these lights.
So we were going to get those.
Yeah.
Matt was super excited to surprise us for the holidays and had a couple different companies come out and price them, like hanging them. And I want to say $4,000.
You can buy them on Amazon, $300 a strand.
Right.
Hang them
He
yourself.
won't hang them is the problem. So that's the issue.
Nut
is my
up.
husband will not get up on the roof.
Hang them yourself.
St. Cliff would be
Used
the
to
same
be
way.
a fireman, will not get up on the roof.
You can do it. Get up
So,
there.
which is why-
Hang them one time.
I think that's why he like just finally gave in and paid.
Someone
Like he won't ever hang lights. We get them like wrapped around our fence, but not like on the roof line.
Well, probably as like a former EMT, he's like seen all kinds of
Well,
like.
we have a really high pitch
terrible
too. I will say,
accidents.
like we have a very high pitch. So he just absolutely like won't get up on the pitch of our roof. And then when they were like $4,000, like honestly, he probably would have splurged if I'd been like, yes, I really want them. But I was like, no, for $4,000, like no, we will spend that on.
See, I think the $300
cruise.
a
I
strand
don't know.
off of Amazon is crazy expensive, but I'm still absolutely making him buy them and absolutely making him climb up there on the roof.
But
to
I think
install
they
them.
last forever, and you can put them up. Like you can do a Chiefs game.
Yeah.
Like, you can
Yeah.
you use them year round.
Yeah.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Valentine's and
Yeah.
Easter and
Oh,
yeah.
pink would look so cute.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I love that idea.
He keeps telling me that we don't have an overhang, so they won't splash correctly. Like they won't.
Oh, I think they will hang perfect like under your.
I think so
I think
too.
they would look. Yeah.
You have the cutest little gingerbread house.
He acts
do.
like he's a
Them.
professional lighting designer or something. I mean, come on.
What is that? Okay, so we're gonna talk about organizing, and I know that I have watched the show on Netflix. What's it called? The Marie Kondo something. And I think Jordan, you've actually like taken it a step further, not just watched the show, but actually like implemented some stuff.
Lauren, you've officially done more research than I have because I have not watched the show.
What?
No, I haven't watched the show. I have not read her blog. Like, I know she's got a great website. I know she's got books. There's all kinds of stuff out there from Marie Kondo. She is a Japanese professional organizer. If anybody doesn't know who she is, she's the one who like became famous because of her whole hold the item in your hand, and if it sparks joy, you keep it, and if not, you get rid of it.
My house doesn't spark joy to me.
Oh, I did it. I did it.
You
I'm
did
going
it?
to tell you all about it. My sum total of research, though, into Marie Kondo and her organizing system was much like everything else in my life, a couple of TikTok videos and some YouTube videos, and then me going, yeah, I can be an expert in that. I'm going to go do it. And then I made up my own thing. So I am going to tell you all about what I did after I watched a few cursory videos on Marie Kondo stuff.
So your version of Marie Kondo.
My version. So
Okay.
Marie Kondo's version, I think, is called KonMari. And so I could be wrong on that, but I think it's pronounced KonMari. And so she does have all kinds of cool stuff. So I am going to link in our Facebook group for everybody a link to her website.
Okay.
And I would encourage everybody to actually go do it. Go look at her stuff. My Marie Kondo-esque experience that I made for myself started during the pandemic. So it was 2020. I did not have a job where I got to stay home. I still went to work every day and was working actually really long hours. But then I'd come home and there was just no outlet. I felt like you come home and like all the news was about the pandemic. So it was rough. It was really rough. So I needed an outlet. So that's when I got my royal blue dining room. In case you're wondering, that was a pandemic breakdown project. And then I also started this whole Marie Kondo thing because I loved the concept that the KonMari is all about sparking joy and creating a space that brings you joy. And so I thought, I want a space that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. And I was doing this thing where like I'd go to work, I'd come home and I'd take all my jewelry off and I'd just throw it on my vanity. And I had like this mountain of jewelry after like a month that I hadn't sorted out. So my life was just like a mess during the pandemic. So I started with it. It took me I'm going into year 4, I guess, of this, and it's still not done. So it's a journey. I mean, I'm sure if you actually followed the KonMari process, it would go faster for you. But what I did was I started with room by room. I went into every room in my house, and I literally held items, or at least just looked at items, and I just said, like, does this thing bring me joy? And it was everything. It wasn't just clothing or shoes or clutter. It was like every decoration on the wall, every piece of furniture. And I really had a lot of stuff that I learned really didn't bring me a lot of joy. Like I had a lot of cluttery knick-knack type stuff that wasn't really mine. My mom is like a professional level shopaholic. Like she likes to shop.
Yes, she is.
And so she will turn over decorations in her house so fast. And so I have this like running joke with her. My grandmother used to put names on pieces of tape under items that she wanted to go to people when she died.
She died, yep.
And so now I will see something, I'll be like, oh, Mom, put my name on that, okay? Whenever you die or get tired of it, it's going to go to me. And so I had all these hand-me-downs from my mom that she and I have really similar styles, but they weren't necessarily what I would have picked out, right? And I had all these hand-me-downs from my grandmother because whenever my grandmother died, she and I were really close, and I had a really hard time like letting go of a lot of her stuff at the time. So I just kind of held on to a bunch of stuff. And so I had to say, okay, what of these items are heirlooms that are actually sentimental and meaningful to me that I want to keep? What are things that actually flow with the aesthetic I want to create in my home? And what is just clutter that I just have because somebody gave it to me? Mm-hmm. And I got rid of so much crap, like probably half of the stuff in my house I just got rid of. I donated it. I gave some stuff to my family members, I'm sure, at some point. But I mean, a lot of it just got donated or it was like broken. And I was like, why do I have this broken thing? Like, just throw it out.
Away. Yep.
And so I did it in every single room. And it took like close to 2 years probably to do like just that piece of it.
Wow.
And I had a rule, like once I had a room complete, then nothing could like go live in that room until I had asked, like, does this bring me joy? And so I really did. I decluttered. And it like completely changed my outlook in my home because I would come home and I would just feel so trapped by the house is always dirty. I've always got stuff I need to be working on. There's a pile of something everywhere I need to be working on. And it just turned into my house is always clean. I mean, there's never that much. I mean, I'll have stuff out, but it just doesn't take that long to put it away anymore. I mean, because there's just not that much extra crap out. And then whenever it is clean, like I love it. I love being at home. I love being in my space. So then the next step I did was, okay, everything brings me joy. Now everything has to have a space. Mm-hmm. And it's really easy to say, yeah, everything has a space, of course. You would be shocked to learn how many things in your house don't have a space. Chapstick, mail, random shoes. I mean, just all the extra keys, the super glue. Where does the super glue live in your house, right? Like, there's tons of stuff, playing cards. I don't know. There was all kinds of stuff in my house that I felt like was just kind of floating around and didn't have a true space. So my next step was like everything has a drawer, a shelf, a cabinet, a spot that is its home, which then made picking up at night so much easier.
Yeah.
So now I've kind of gotten into this routine of like resetting the house at night where I just like put everything back where it goes because everything has a space. And so I know where everything goes. And so I just pick it all up, put it back, and it's all set and ready to go for the next day. So then we have like this podcast studio in our basement, right? And so we're podcasting. My husband's podcasting. I never worry about people coming over because the house is just, it's fine. It's as clean as it's going to get. And then I totally cheat and have a housekeeper come every other week to actually clean. And there's
But you don't have to pick it up before
No.
the housekeeper comes. Because
Sure don't.
It's already picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like magic.
It really was magic. And so like and it took a very long time and I had to really stick with it. Like it really did take a long time. And I'm still not done with it because now everything has a space, but I need to now like look inside the space and say like, okay, all the Tupperware goes in this cabinet, but where in this cabinet does the Tupperware go? Like the bigger things need to go on the bottom shelf and the smaller things need to go here. That way it's even easier because I still open up cabinets and things like fall out at me.
That's what I was going to say. So you did your cabinets and closets and stuff?
So I haven't yet. I mean, I've done some. I'm kind of like in the process of it, of like, I need to find a space for everything. And that would be like truly organized home, like true joy. That would bring me absolute joy.
Well, yeah.
Because it would be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like you would just have everything in a spot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever get there.
That would just be nice.
I think you will, though. I have faith in you.
I mean, I'm working on it. I'm like in year 4. Like I'm still working towards it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I've done some things like that, and we had a professional organizer come, and I'll talk about that. But I feel like where the KonMari method would trip me up is the influx of shit coming into my house because it's literally daily.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about groceries. I'm talking about my kids' backpacks, times 4.
Full of stuff.
Every day have papers on them. And a lot of it, I can throw straight in the trash. But then there's like, well, does this go in their memory tub? Or does this get hung on the fridge? Will they see me put this in the trash? Because then they're going to have a meltdown over that.
Yeah.
Or is this a reminder? It's a note for next week. Do I hang it on the fridge? I really don't want the clutter on my fridge. So then it just sits on my counter. Like, it's that type of stuff. And then also, like you said, the mail. And, like, just the stuff that comes in. Like, I've got a couple trials that I'm involved with coming up. So, like, I put those on my fridge because they're important because they're things I want to remember. But I really don't want them on my fridge.
On your fridge, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so you have to create a space for that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have a cabinet in my office that is things I need to sort through and find a home for. And I have like a drawer in my office drawer that's like reminders or things that need to make it to the calendar. But I've also done a better job since I've been doing this long enough now. I do a better job now at like I have a reminder and I will just get rid of the piece of paper and I will just automatically put it in my phone.
yeah.
And like get rid of the paper and just keep it all digital and it pops up and gives me my reminder. And like the mail, instead of having a spot for mail, which I do have a spot next to my door for mail, but instead of using it anymore, we've just gotten into the habit of immediately sorting it out, throwing away the junk mail, keeping like the one item that you actually need and dealing with it right then. Like if it's a bill, you pay it. If it's something you need to be reminded of, you put it in your phone. Like you just deal with it right then. I've also gotten really good at, which I'm not like the most people person in the world either. I think people that know me in real life know that about me. So I've gotten really good at like, oh, holiday card, that's nice, throw it out. Like that's just clutter that I don't need in my life. Oh, thank you card, that's nice, throw it out.
Yeah.
Don't send me your holiday cards. They will land in the trash.
Yes.
They're definitely.
Thanks for that and goodbye.
Yeah.
Because the clutter does not bring me joy.
Yeah.
Right? What brings me joy is not having to worry about a messy house and not ever having to worry about, when I was growing up, my mom did like Saturday cleaning, right? So every Saturday morning we'd get up and we'd spend about 4 hours cleaning the house top to bottom. And her house looked amazing at the end of that 4 hours, but ate up like an entire quarter of her Saturday.
Yeah.
And I don't want to live like that.
No.
So I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same way. It's funny because I literally was thinking the other day, I need to take a day off just to clean the house. Why? Why do we have to do that?
We don't have to.
We don't have to do that.
No.
It's okay to live in your space the way you want your space to be. But if you want an uncluttered house and you want that clean feel, which makes me, always feel like I can think clearer, especially now that I work from home a lot.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like things stare at me, you know, like the pile of laundry stares at me, or
Yes.
like the dishes, I think about them. So if I don't have to worry about that stuff during the day, I just feel like it's clearer. It's easier for me to focus on work. So if you want a decluttering system, this worked really well for me. But no, yeah, we also just need to be like good with, it's just a chaotic time and it's okay for the house to be a mess.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I mean, I feel like as long as it's like clean at a level that is not unhealthy, other than that, like, you're good. Have piles of papers.
Yeah.
Like,
It's okay.
I mean, yeah, it's totally
Do
fine.
you.
Yeah,
Do whatever you
do
want.
See, the one thing that just drives me absolutely insane, and you guys would be, you've got it, dog hair.
Yep.
I hate dog hair.
Yep.
And we just
Yeah.
bought all this furniture that is dark wood, and the dogs are white. And it's like, I just walked by the entertainment center tonight before I walked over here, or came over, and I was like, there's literally dog hair all over this thing. And it's like, I swore I would never have dogs in my house. Swore it. Never have dogs in my house. Yeah, that didn't go over very long.
Can I just comment that I'm like super allergic to cats, and I go over to anybody's house that has a cat and I'm itchy, right? Like so itchy. I come over here to Jordan's house and who has 2 cats, indoor cats, and not itchy at all.
No.
And they're like
Aw,
here, like in
thanks.
the space. So
They
you
are.
do a really good job of, I don't know, cleaning the air.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
I'll
keeping it
I'll
clean
give you
house.
I'll give you my pet prevention methods that I
Okay.
have developed over the years.
You are the pet mom.
Did you hear that? Like
I heard the
that
southern-
southern
yeah.
twang. I don't know where it came from. Born and raised in the Ozarks. Don't know what to tell you. I do. I have 2 cats and I have 2 dogs. And I used to really focus on, like, I would lint roll my clothes before I left every day for work. And I was just always so stressed about the smells and the cat hair and like whatever it is. Then I learned I would rather invest up front on prevention, you know, just like the organizing the home and not having the clutter to deal with. I don't want to deal with the pet stuff at all.
Right.
So I have these fabulous air purifiers all over my house. I have 3 of them that keep the air clean, which is fantastic. They're just like general, I don't even know what brand they are. I don't even recommend them. But go on Amazon. You can buy them for like $125 a piece. Everything I get in my life is off of Amazon. So anything I have, you can find. But yes, I have those, which help a lot. And those keep the pet air like out of the air, which is really nice. And then I have Bounce dryer sheets for pet hair.
That's what we use, but I didn't know they had them.
I did not know they had them. Yeah.
Amazon has them. And so I bought those, and that was life-changing. I started doing that a couple years ago. They're like the extra large sheets, and I just throw one in the dryer with my clothes. I feel like so much less pet hair clings to my clothes now that I don't even worry about lint rolling or anything else when I'm on. Like maybe if I'm wearing like a fuzzy black sweater or something, you know. But like for the most part of that is also just me trying to let go and like not be such a perfectionist and being like, you know what, I live with 4 animals. It is what it is.
Right.
The other thing we started doing was we bought a robot vacuum that runs every morning, and that really helps keep the pet hair up off the floor. I will tell you, though, she gets lost. We named her Rosie, like the Jetsons, because we're old. But she will get stuck in random places. But even if she runs like 3 or 4 times a week, it's like a huge help. We started with one that you had to empty every time you ran her. Then I invested in the bigger one. It was actually a Christmas gift from my husband one year. And it was the best Christmas gift ever. Don't anybody come after my husband for buying me a vacuum for Christmas. It was fantastic.
I got one for Mother's Day one year. I
I love it. It's the
agree.
self-emptying base. So she
Oh.
goes back to the dock and empties herself. And sometimes the house is so bad, she'll go back to the dock, empty herself, and go back out. And you're like, oh, she got full. Okay. But that has helped so much. So even if she does get stuck somewhere, like if she runs like 3 times a week, it's a huge help. And then I also have done things like eliminated any type of carpet in the house. So I only have rugs now, which I replace all the time. And my husband's constantly like, we have invested so much money in rugs. But I buy the cheap rugs off of Amazon.
Of course.
That way you can throw them away.
Yeah.
And
See, my whole house is carpet. So I'm like screwed, and I'm not replacing the carpet or changing anything until our kids move out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and for that, you just got to live with it. But eventually, get yourself some sort of hard flooring.
Yes.
And that helps a lot. And I went away from, like, whenever we placed our couch, we went to a leather couch. And so just started, like, going towards those hard surfaces that don't hold odors or hair. And it's completely, so everything's been about prevention. So everything in my life, whenever I buy anything anymore, I'm like, how is this going to keep the pet hair at bay?
yeah.
And it's helped so much.
So do the air purifiers, do you think they help with dust too?
I don't know if they do or not. I mean, I've seen reviews where people say they help with dust. I've also seen a lot of people say, like, we did a study and that's actually crap. I don't know if they actually help with the dust or not. I do genuinely feel like they help with the pet odors.
With that, I mean, they have to. Not only does your house not smell like pet odors, but like I said, I go to places that have like a single cat, and it might live in the bedroom, and I'm only in the living room,
But it still gets
and
you.
I'm miserable.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. I was like, Jordan has cats, and that's never happened to me in my whole life. Knowing you, I never have been itchy coming to your house, and I just think I was like, what does she do that makes a difference?
That's awesome.
Okay, I have another product recommendation for you too.
Okay.
This is newer, and I'm pulling it up on Amazon so I can tell you what it is. I just found it. I didn't actually find this. This is another, like, Jordan's mom find. We're going to have her on the podcast someday.
Absolutely.
And because she's got life figured out. Like, I don't know what her deal is. Like, she doesn't stress. She's like, she just has it all figured
And
out.
she has a stressful job, and
She does.
She's got it.
She does. She's amazing. She's Wonder Woman. But she had this on her wish list for Christmas. And so I start buying for Christmas, like, in July every year. So I saw this.
Jordan also has it figured out.
Yes, Jordan. You definitely
I have
do.
a rule because I think Christmas shopping is stressful. So
Well, yeah.
I have a rule that I want my Christmas shopping to be completely done before Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
That way I get to enjoy the Christmas season.
Till then.
Well, that way I get to enjoy the Christmas season. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And I actually don't. I'm actually a total hot mess, and, like, everything around me is always falling down. That's why I have to put systems in place. I have to put systems in place to keep myself organized. And the only way to, like, get through life is to follow the systems. Like, and if the systems break down, then, like, my whole life breaks down. And then I'm, like, in a puddle of tears. My husband's, like, having to, like, I don't know, commit me. I don't know. It's bad. Okay, but this is an item she had on her wish list. It's called a Purico, Purriko, refrigerator deodorizer.
Oh.
It is $24.99 on Amazon. I don't know this company. I don't know very much about them at all. They might be evil people, but I know this little thing works. It's this tiny little silver thing. I have one over here on my shelf next to my cat litter. I have one in my refrigerator, and I have one in each of my bathrooms. And so it supposedly lasts for 10 years. I don't know. I bought my first one in July of 2023, so I don't know yet. I'll let you know.
They at least last 6 months.
They at least last 6 months.
Yeah.
But they really do fix. So the one in my fridge, you know, I had a hard time with, like, onions or whatever. It just smells like fridge smells, which just gross me out. I'm telling you, I haven't had that smell. I haven't had a single fridge smell since I put that thing in there.
I believe it.
And I don't have to change it. I don't have to do anything. I looked. It does not look like you have to do. It's a charcoal air purifier. It doesn't look like you have to do, like, anything to, like, clean it or reset it or change a filter on it. It just works.
I believe it. So my parents have a very musty basement, like a walkout basement, but it's just musty. And my mom bought charcoal bags.
Yeah.
And just puts them, like, in the corners, like in the hallway down there, and that has helped. And I know in shoes, like tennis shoes, I think you can get the little charcoal bag inserts, and they work.
Yeah. I've used those before,
I need to put
too.
some in my toddler shoes because my 3-year-old has the stinkiest feet for a 3-year-old. Like, what 3-year-old?
Oh, my 8-year-old niece refuses to wear socks.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why.
Stinkiest feet.
Yeah.
Like, you
That's
can smell
why.
them from across the room. I love her, but it's rough.
Oh, yeah. Cameron's been like that, too. I love her to death, but good God, sometimes those feet, I'm just like.
And also, I've tried the charcoal bags, and I feel like maybe they worked some, but I mean, this thing is just like the odor is
I
gone.
believe it. I'm ordering one right now.
I'm going to post these in our Facebook page for you guys in our groups that you guys all have the links. I'm telling you, go get them. prevention, build the life that works for you. That's my biggest advice. Build the life that works for you. And if piles work for you and you know where your piles are, that's my husband. My husband is like a clutter bug. He loves to collect things. He doesn't throw stuff away. And he's always like, but I know where it is. I know where I put it.
That is how Cliff's garage is.
That works
He's
for
like,
him.
I know exactly where it is. I'm like, I
Good
don't
for
know
him.
where anything is, but just I'm going to leave it alone.
Good for him. Yeah. That's fine for Thor in his garage, in his shed out back, and in his office upstairs. And that's it. That's the only places it's fine. But
It's the only place that's loud.
it's fine. The rest of the space has to be clean and uncluttered because I will melt.
Yeah.
I will like break down.
My husband hates clutter, and I also don't like clutter, but he'll just like come along and like Tasmanian devil. It just goes places, which is him cleaning up. But like, so for the last few days, I've needed to find these receipts. I had like $400 in reimbursement from the PTA that I needed to submit these Walmart receipts for. Couldn't find them anywhere. Well, I finally found them. They were like shoved in like a bag up on a shelf in our kitchen today. So I was able to submit them. But, you know, he's on me because he's like, we need to submit those for reimbursement. Okay, but I had them on the counter. So I would remember, like, they're sitting out. I
If you
remember
move
to do
it,
them.
you have to know where it went.
Right. You're the one that moved them. You cleaned up the kitchen.
Yeah.
Don't get on my ass about submitting them for reimbursement because I don't have them anymore because you hid
Right.
them. I don't know where you hid them.
Okay, I want to hear about your professional organizer experience. I've heard a little bit about it. I'm so intrigued by this. I have to know more about how this went for you, Lauren.
Yeah, so it was great. So I mentioned my husband. My husband hates clutter. I also hate clutter, but I just don't. I feel like to do stuff with clutter, I have to like have a place for it. I can't just, like I said, Tasmanian devil and just like put stuff places. Like it has to have a home. It has to have like a permanent place. So we moved into our current house. We bought it in March or April of 2022. It was my grandma's house. It's a large house. It's about 4,000 square feet. And my parents had done an estate sale before we moved in. So there wasn't a lot of stuff in the house. It was mostly cleaned out. But when we bought the house, we were not able to move into it as soon as we thought. And so we ended up having to live in a rental home for a month. So we had to move our stuff from the house we sold into the rental home, and then from the rental home into the new house, which so we had stuff.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It was an absolute nightmare, and it was not what we planned. We'd planned to move straight from the house we sold into what was my grandma's house, our forever home.
And that's so stressful.
Yeah, it was. Yes, and we over doubled the size of our house, which was great. We needed the space. We were planning on having a fourth kid, and we were in like a 3-bed, 1.5 bath. We desperately needed the space. So we moved into a 6-bed, 3.5 bath. Like I said, needed the space. My grandma's home. I grew up spending time in the home, very sentimental. I actually had lived there for a while before, so I'm very familiar with the home. But
I love that part of like just your life story, because I know how close you were. We were both close to our grandmothers.
Yes.
And so that's another thing that we have in common, because Lauren and I are like practically interchangeable as humans.
Yes. We are.
And I just love that you were able to, like, you have these fond memories of your grandmother in that house, and now you're raising your kids in that house.
Yes,
I love that for you.
She would just be so happy. I know. And it is. It's very sentimental. I lived there for a while. My brother and his wife lived there for a while they were in school and, getting on their feet. And then my husband and I had the opportunity to buy it from my father. So we bought it. We were supposed to move in, but they still had to have an estate sale because it took them longer than expected. So like half of our stuff moved to the duplex with us, or not the duplex, the condo. And then half of the stuff moved to the basement of the new house while they were doing an estate sale. And then we moved in like a month after selling our house. And so I had like boxes with, say, like a pot, a pan, one set of measuring cups,
And
few glasses.
you were pregnant at this time, right?
This was actually, I was not pregnant. I got pregnant soon after moving in. This is the only time I've moved that I was not pregnant, actually. Thank God. But so I'd taken like the bare minimum to the condo we were in, and had set everything else to the new house. So when we moved in, like, I had what I needed. Like, I could use a pan and wash it and reuse it. But we had lots of boxes of our belongings. And so, for instance, in our kitchen, I unpacked everything that we had from the duplex, or from the condo, I'm sorry. But then we had the rest of my pots and pans were boxed up in the dining room. So I could get by with what I had, and just being busy and getting pregnant, being very sick, being pregnant, and then having the 3 kids. And my husband was at a new mortgage company. He was very busy. So just being busy, like, these boxes just never got unpacked. Like, I could make do with my one pan, and just washing it. And I unpacked a few things. Like, I opened up the boxes and got a few things out. But for the most part, like, my whole dining room, we have a formal dining room, and one whole wall was just stacks of boxes that were not unpacked. And it was driving my husband nuts. So my husband is wonderful. He's a wonderful guy, great husband. And he's very much my teammate and everything. But I can tell you that having a messy house just makes him crazy. It makes him very cranky. His mood.
I totally get it, because that's me. I get cranky. Like, I don't like it, so I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it.
And that's his mood. Like, it correlates directly to what our house looks like.
Yes.
And he's great because he will clean it up himself. Like, I will give him props. He's not, like, on me to clean it up. He will just, like, do the dishes. He'll clean off the countertops. He'll do whatever, which is great. But having these unpacked boxes was just making his skin crawl. And so finally he said, and he'd started this new mortgage company, and he said, I hired someone to organize us, or me. I can't remember how he phrased it.
Not well. I remember it was not
well. Well, the way he phrased it had me under the assumption that he had someone coming to our house, to his office, that he works out of at home, to help him in his office work through his work calendar and his organization methods, because he's not very organized himself. Like, he doesn't like clutter, but he's not very organized. Mm-hmm. And to help him with his work, figure out, like, time block his days.
Like an assistant type.
Kind of, yeah. Like, to, like, get him going in the right direction.
Okay.
Oh, and so, an organization consultant. This is another.
Yes.
I'm going to add this to our list, Lauren, of careers you and I are going to go into in the future. We have party planner, color analysis stylists, and now organization consultants.
Yes, I love it. I think that's a great addition.
Yeah.
These are all high paying jobs.
So this is what I think that he has hired, right? So I don't know. It's like the day before she's supposed to come. Her name's Katrina. And he's like, hey, that lady's coming tomorrow. I said that Katrina's coming tomorrow to do the organizing. So do you, like, is it going to be down in your office? Or, like, are you meeting at her at your work office? Or is she coming here to the house to work in the home office? Do you need me to stay with the kids upstairs? How does this look?
Right.
And he's like, well, she's coming to help you organize the house. I was like, what?
Oh, no.
And it's also, by the way, like $25 an hour, and she's coming for 3 hours. So, which is it's not unreasonable, but also felt like a kind of big expense. Like, I had just quit my job to be a stay-at-home mom. We weren't really sure. I think this was after I left my job. But anyways, we weren't really sure, like, budget-wise, how this was going to shake out. Mm-hmm. And he's, like, wanting to spend all this money on this organizer. And I'm just like, okay, well, I don't really need the help. I just need the time.
Right.
Like, if you want to take the kids for 3 hours, I can get this knocked out.
Yeah.
So I really hadn't bought into it. But she shows up, very nice. And so we start working on the kitchen. Like, our goal is to work through all the cabinets and drawers in the kitchen. I think it took us 2 3-hour sessions to do the whole kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
And get all the boxes, which was mostly kitchen stuff,
So
unpacked.
6 hours of organization to kind of get your kitchen to where you wanted it.
Yeah. And like 2 carloads worth of stuff donated. So I have like a lot of appliances. I do like to cook. I like to bake. I have an ice cream maker, but I've used it several times. Hasn't like sat there in the box since we bought it. Like, I have used it. I like to bake. I like to make cinnamon rolls. I like to make cakes. So I need the cake decorating shit because that's something that I actually will do.
You need it.
I need it. And she did challenge me, on some things like, well, do you actually need whatever they are, like cake tiers or whatever? Yes, I do actually need these. But there were some things, there's a lot actually that she was able to help me get rid of, like measuring cups. Do you really need 3 sets of measuring cups, or could you have 1 set of measuring cups? Well, really, I just need 1 cup, like 1 set. I can always rinse it out.
Yeah.
And so we got rid of stuff like that. Got rid of a lot of the kids' like water bottles.
Oh,
They're
I
a pain
hate
in
water
the ass.
bottles.
I hate them
Hate
too.
them.
They have to take one to school every day though,
Yep.
so they have to have them. But like the ones that were missing parts,
Throw them away.
throw them away.
Yeah.
I have a water bottle problem.
I have a stainless steel cup problem.
Yeah, mine's
That's
more like
me.
a travel cup type problem.
Oh,
But yeah, I have a problem with them. I have an entire massive drawer in my kitchen devoted to just like the water vessels, right? And now that I work from home, like, I don't know, I guess I still can use them though. Like, I still use one every day. But my husband has given me fair warning that like we're gonna have to do something with that.
Yeah, Cliff told me I'm
They
not
don't
allowed
fit
to
in the
bring
drawer.
any more in the house.
Yeah, like
we
mine-
have a cabinet that is just literally full of stainless steel
Yeah,
cups.
mine don't fit in the giant drawer anymore, so I have to like pare down to where they will at least. Like, I bet there's 30 of them. I mean, it's a lot.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
lot. But they're so cute, and I love them.
I
And I feel
know.
like they're an accessory.
Yes.
like they all bring me joy.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Every single one of them bring me joy.
But so you don't buy any more, and as they break or wear
them
out,
away.
you throw them away.
that's
Yeah.
that's,
And that's
the
all
answer.
you can do. And that's kind of what we did with the kids' cups. Like, my oldest son, he has like 10, and we put there's name stickers on them. He has like 10 that have his name on them. He's not getting any more. Like, sorry, dude, you're just not until we get
Yep.
rid of some of these. Now, my little one just started preschool this summer where he had to start taking a water bottle. So I bought him some. He needs some. But, he has like 4, not 10. And that's fine. That's
Yeah.
enough. He has 4 days of school a week. I don't have to do dishes all week.
Yeah.
We do dishes more than once a week. Anyways, she helped me get through my whole kitchen. My kitchen is still to this day like very organized. I'm sure she could come in and tweak some stuff, but overall it was a huge help. She helped me pick out some products like
Oh, tell us about the
Yeah.
products.
well, so for instance, you get the drawer organizers that are like plastic, and you can get some that are like sort of adjustable, but they're still like kind of confined. She recommended just getting these like bamboo spring-loaded like section.
Oh, yeah.
Like they section off. I think I got them at Target.
I have one.
I want to say I got like 2 sets.
I have one that I've got my silverware in.
Yes.
I need to get another one though that I can put, where I guess my junk drawer.
Well, and that's so I have like
I
a
like
drawer
this.
with like all my utensils in it. Like my pizza cutter,
Yeah.
my spatulas, like the stuff that doesn't go in my Fiestaware crock on my counter.
Yeah.
Because I do the Fiesta, but so like every
Fiesta Queen, in case
Queen.
anyone's
Yes,
wondering.
yes.
Lauren is like the queen of Fiesta.
So anytime I would like open or close this drawer, like shit would just be like on its side, like it would fly back and forth in the drawer. And she's like, just get some sectioners. Like you don't need to section them by type of stuff. You just need some sectioners so that everything goes the same direction. So when you're opening
this
and
is
closing
good.
it, it's
This
not
is
like
good.
getting all tangled up.
Okay, you have to get the
Super
link
easy.
for that.
Oh, I can, yeah.
so that we can
they're at
post
Target.
that in our Facebook as
Yeah.
well, because I need that.
Yeah, it's super easy.
I have this in our outline. This is like one of the things I'm going to talk about later. This is absolutely what I struggle with. So I have the bamboo tray, but the sectioners, I feel like that's better because
Yeah,
you can make it whatever size
limit
you
you on
need.
size, really.
Yeah,
And
and is it expand to fit your drawer?
So they're spring loaded, so they're the length of the drawer, and yeah, they can. I mean, depending on how deep your drawer is, like
Yeah.
they can be, they can spring to be shorter,
Okay.
but they don't go. It's not like a utensil tray.
Okay.
It's not a tray. It's just a divider.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah. So I
definitely
have
need
those in a couple of my kind of like miscellaneous drawers, and it works very well.
I like that miscellaneous drawer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
just
need
like
I
junk
need
drawer
the
at
link
my
because I
house.
need to buy it, and our people that listen to this podcast are going to need to buy it.
They
too.
are. Yeah. No, they're great. And then like my Tupperware, for instance, which I know Matt always calls it, he says Tupperware's the fucking lid. Like that's his name for Tupperware. He hates it. Like he despises Tupperware, but he's also the one that eats leftovers. Like you have to have it.
Yeah.
So we got rid of anything that didn't have a match, obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't have a bottom, didn't have a top.
Yes.
We're not waiting till the day we find it. 'cause
Yeah.
it's
Yes,
not
It's
here.
because
gone.
that's not
Get
bringing
it out of
anybody any joy.
Right.
No.
Nope. And I only have like the disposable Tupperware. I don't have a nice set anymore. I think I did at one point, but we actually like put the lids on everything. And yeah, it takes up more space, but I had the space in the cabinet that I wasn't like hurting for space. So we just went ahead and put the lids on everything. And that way you're not trying to find a lid.
Yes.
And I know that not everyone has that type of space, because I know Tupperware can take up a lot of space, but it worked for us. And we have a whole cabinet, and it's just kind of like, you know, all this size is stacked up, and then.
See, I have a cabinet that I actually call it the death cabinet, because it's literally a corner cabinet in my kitchen that has one of those like bifold doors. But it doesn't have a Lazy Susan in it. So literally, like, if I have to get something out of there, I'm like on the floor in the back, or I'm just like, screw it, Jacob, get in here and go get in that damn cabinet and get me a freaking lid.
I have seen where you can buy those off Amazon, because I'm telling you, my whole life comes off of Amazon.
The Lazy Susan?
Well,
I know.
not just Lazy Susans, like entire
like
installable things that will go all the way around and then come all the way out of the corner cabinet.
I totally need to do that, because I
can
hate
get
that
it
freaking cabinet.
on Amazon.
Get a tub. Like, just put all the lids in like a tub or something where you can just pull the whole tub out.
So that's what I usually do, is like take my big Tupperware one, because I have a huge one that I use for cookies at Christmas and stuff. And that one will just be full of all the lids. Well, then the bowls just end up thrown all over in there.
Yeah.
And
everywhere.
it's where my KitchenAid is, so God forbid I have to get to the KitchenAid, because I can't.
You just end up not using it. You
Exactly.
just use a hand mixer or a spatula.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much. So, yes, I definitely need to do something like that.
Yeah. It's worked well for us. And it, you know, I have a handful of Tupperware. We do HelloFresh, so we don't have like a ton of leftovers anyways. But when I do have leftovers, my husband's the one that eats them. So I'm like, well, stop bitching about the Tupperware, because you want the leftovers. It's one or the other. They're either going in the trash.
Okay, I found this for you on Amazon, because this is my gift to you. Yes, this is $149.99. I'm going to post it on the Facebook group, because I realize there's no video and nobody can see us. But this goes all the way in, and it swings around the corner, and then it comes out, and then it's just all right there for you.
Oh my God, send that to me.
I'm telling you, ladies, invest in the things that make your life easier.
Yes.
It's true. So I really wanted one of those racks that holds like your pots and pans, and not the type that rolls out.
Okay.
Just like it's
the
tiered one.
Yeah.
And this is actually not something Katrina recommended necessarily. I just got it on Amazon. But, you know, I have my one set of pots and pans. I have one of each size. Like, I don't have multiples. And it was adjustable to where I could make it to where it fit. And there's shit behind them, like things I hardly ever use. Like, I have a big stock pot, but it's not nonstick, so I rarely use it. So, and like my bamboo steamers back there, like behind it, to where it's really hard to get to. But all my pots and pans I use, you know, 29 out of 30 days a month are stacked right there in the front. And it's so easy to get to. And that was a huge difference, because I wasn't worrying about scratching my pans, with them nesting in them.
Yep.
And so I keep my investment nicer. It's just been great. So having Katrina at the house, I think she came out maybe 4 times. We did our whole kitchen / dining room, which the dining room, once the boxes were unpacked, there really wasn't a whole lot in there other than my Fiesta, which didn't need to be organized. And because it's all staying.
I was going to say, or she's not going to let her touch it.
It's all
A
staying.
clean space.
Yes.
That's so nice.
Yes. So it's organized. And then we also did my laundry room, which is like kind of off the kitchen. So we went through all of, it has some shelving in there, some pantry space. My grandma used it for actual pantry items. I don't need it I just use it for cleaning products. So we were able to do all of those rooms. And if I had her come back out, I would probably start working on clothes, because that's kind of my crux. But we got to a space where we didn't really need her at the moment. Like, got to us kind of a stopping point.
So in the end, it was a great experience.
Oh, totally worth it. Would completely recommend. Just, if anything, just having that dedicated work time. Like, yes, did she teach me anything that, like, I probably couldn't have figured out on my own? No, not necessarily. But having that dedicated time where someone was there making me do it, and we worked fast. Like, she was like, keep it, donate it, trash, keep it. Like, those are your options. And we went really fast and got a lot done. And I honestly would probably still have boxes in my fucking dining room if it weren't for her.
So we'll have to plug Katrina too
Yes.
in the Facebook
Yes,
group
I can
and
do that.
how to get a hold of her
Yeah,
if anyone's
she's
interested.
fantastic.
Professional organizer.
And she
worth the
hauled
time.
everything. Like, I didn't have to take it to be donated. We loaded it up in her, I think she had
Wow.
like a pilot or something, and she just took it.
That's
It was great.
awesome.
It was great.
That is awesome. What are you personally trying to organize right now? Like the mess you're trying to organize in your life at the moment.
For me, it's clothes. Not just my own. And my husband actually just went through his half of the closet the other day. But clothes / kids' clothes. Because they're constantly outgrowing stuff. And I put it in a bag. And I'm like, oh, I'll go through it and either throw it out, donate it, or sell it. That's my issue. Is I think I can recoup some money by reselling. And I never get around to reselling.
Oh, you gotta let that go.
You gotta let that go. Honestly.
And I have
Just get that out of your life.
Bags of it. Like, I just need to just take it to the DAV.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Get it gone.
Yes.
I agree.
And the same thing for my, like, because I have some nice things from when I was working. I don't work anymore. I don't need black blazers. But, you know, I spent a good amount of money on, like, a Banana Republic suit. I feel like I need to sell it.
Yeah. See, I'm trying hard not to buy so much clothing anymore. And not because I don't need clothing, but because I feel like I've bought so much fast fashion and just like cheap stuff that doesn't necessarily fit me super well. And I'm like a short, big girl. So like nothing fits me super. Like I have to have clothes tailored if I really want it to look nice and professional. Right. And so I bought so much cheap crap that's just not going to look good that I've like tried hard to transition to say, okay, I'm going to purchase nicer, higher quality items that I can take and have tailored and they'll actually look good on me. And I feel like just that mindset has really helped cut down on the amount of clothing coming into the house, which makes it easier to organize. Because I'm also then like, I'm not spending $150 on the and then I just am not buying anything.
Yeah.
Well, and I think we're going to talk about this probably on a future episode, but I'm the same way. I rent now. And so I don't buy anything.
We're going to do an entire episode on clothing.
yeah.
I don't have clothes coming into the house.
That'll be our next episode. We're going to do an entire episode on clothing.
Oh my God.
Okay, what's your big mess you're trying to? Because mine. I feel like we already covered. Because the big thing I'm trying to do right now is my kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, everything has a spot, but like inside those drawers, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe I need to get Katrina to come like look at my drawers with me and like figure
know.
out like how do I make this better?
Well, mine is also my kitchen too, but it's my pantries. Like,
Oh, pantries are so hard. We're
And
doing
I
an
have-
entire episode on pantries
and I
too.
have two.
They suck.
they are terrible. I have one upstairs that is like this big, but it's so deep. You know, it's really
Yeah.
dinky, but it's so deep. And then when I get to that point where I'm like, okay, I'm done with this, I pull everything out. I try to get it somewhat organized, and then literally all it takes is one of the kids walking in and grabbing a bag of chips out and then just throws, and it's like,
So
Yeah.
Katrina she had me buy those like just plastic bins.
Uh-huh.
So like in my pantry, which is a tall, it's like a upper cabinet in my kitchen, but it's very, very deep. I think it probably used to be like a built-in stove right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, at some point,
Yeah.
and then my grandma turned it into a pantry. Anyways, I can't reach the back.
Yeah.
I'm also very short, and I cannot reach the back. So I have like a plastic tote with all of my snacks, Matt and I snacks in it, and then I have a plastic tote with like the goldfish and the the Slim Jims, all the kids snacks.
Kids snacks, yeah.
And so I can just pull out the whole basket and put it in front of the kids,
Nice.
and they can pick out what they want, and I put the whole basket back. But then shit doesn't get in the back of
back.
the pantry.
Yeah, where you can't reach it.
Right.
Yeah, I found the answer is like not letting my husband put away groceries. Because I will
'Cause he's
organize it.
tall.
I will take everything out and I will organize the pantry and it'll all be nice in the way I want it. And then he will come along and he'll help me put away the groceries and it just all gets shoved in there. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Also, I think another important way to keep your pantry organized is I had to break the cycle of I was doing like these huge grocery hauls every single week. And I would just be like, oh, we always buy spaghetti noodles. Oh, we always buy this stuff. But we weren't using them every week. And then all of a sudden we'd have all this crap we weren't using.
Yeah.
So I've really pared down from having a stocked pantry to having like, these are the ingredients I need to make dinner this week. And we also do HelloFresh. So shout out to HelloFresh. But I feel like that's helped a lot to just like cut down on, I'm not buying all the extra crap.
So, like, that pantry that I have upstairs is, what I keep all my stuff that we do all the time. So, cereal,
Yep.
tortillas. We use tortillas like bread, so it's just there. But then I have a pantry downstairs that's under the stairs. That's like our stock. Like,
Yes.
soups, canned goods. I have so many canned goods down there. I don't even know what the hell I have anymore.
This sounds fabulous, by the way, to have like that many pantries, like all this room. Like it sounds like amazing.
When we moved to this house, we moved from a 900 square foot house to a 2,700 square foot house.
Oh, so serious upgrade.
So serious upgrade. And I love this pantry because like it has a wall that is full of shelves, and then it kind of goes back and underneath the stairs.
So it's like a butler's pantry.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And so that's where I store my Christmas stuff, which is kind of back there under the stairs. Now, man, it's under the stairs, so I bust my head every time I go down there. But I just need to get some organization in there, because the kids, just like the girls, when they put their Christmas stuff away, or when we'd come back from floating, they just throw shit back down there, and I'm like, I can't even get in here to get the stuff. So those pantries are just like my nemesis, and I just cannot get them.
We're going to do an entire episode on pantry organization.
We need to do that. I mean, I've even gone so far as to buy the clear, the airtight. Yeah. I have like 3 of them on the counter that they have all of Jacob's snack stuff in it for school, so that I can just pull those out when I'm making his lunch and we're good.
Right.
And all of my flour, sugar, cornmeal, brown sugar, all that stuff. Well, and then I went to the store this weekend. I'm like, oh, they have them on sale. I bought 2 more. What the hell am I going to put in them?
Don't
do that. Don't do it. Buy what you need when you need it.
I know it.
Just in time ordering.
Yes. It's just
principle.
crazy. So yes, I need to get that.
I have a 6 Sigma black belt.
Yes, you are. So yes, I'm looking forward to the pantry episode. So
I love it.
We're going to do it.
We're
I
gonna
love
get
it. Okay, well, let's transition then to what are your biggest organization tips?
Quit buying
Quit
useless
buying
shit
shit.
you don't need.
That's such a good tip. Because we all do it. I
We
mean,
do
just
it.
like mindless, like the groceries that I used to spend
Yes.
so much money on, and I finally had to be like, I'm throwing away so much food. It's like embarrassing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was really bad about like I'm totally going to eat cherries every week, and then I'd like buy them, and then they'd go bad, and then I'd be like, I'm going to replace them because I actually do want them.
I do want them now.
And
Yeah.
but like I would throw them away over, and finally I was like, I can't buy cherries anymore because I'm not ever going to eat them.
Yep.
And they're freaking expensive.
Or you buy grapes one week because everybody's like, yeah, I want grapes. You keep buying them, and then everybody's like, I don't want those.
Yes, and then they just sit there and,
And
go
then they
bad.
just sit there and go bad. And it's like, what's such
You
a
never
waste.
get around. I never get around to washing fruit. Like,
No, I don't either.
and
That's
the kids
one
want
of-
it, and I'm like, I don't have time to wash it right now.
That's one of the things I've learned is I only do my grocery shopping when I'm going to have time to come home and prep everything. So like it is like a full thing. And also I use Instacart, so I don't go to the store.
See, that's what I was
like
just
my
gonna say.
my big time savings tip is like use Instacart. It is more expensive. I will give you that. And sometimes they replace it with weird shit and you don't catch it on the app in time to tell them not to do that and you end up with something weird. But for the most part, it has been worth it for me.
Do
And
you do it through Instacart, or do you do it like I do Hy-Vee, but I do it through Hy-Vee?
No, I do it through Instacart. I do mine through Instacart. So I go on Instacart and then I order through Hy-Vee, which is our local grocery store here, but I order it through Instacart. And so then an Instacart driver goes, they pick out the produce, they bring
So
it
if
to
you
me.
order it through Hy-Vee, it's also an Instacart driver.
Oh yeah, lots of people do. Like yeah.
That's interesting.
Kind of like if you
I
order
wonder
to
if
go
there's
from
one
different
or more way
restaurants.
that's like more cost effective.
See, that
I
is
don't know, we
one-
should do
Compare.
that
Yeah,
is
we
the one
should. We
thing
should
that
do that.
I never did and I never picked up during the pandemic.
You still go to the store?
I still go to the grocery store.
I would rather die.
I know,
than go
and
to the
everybody
grocery
says that. And you know what? Every time I have to go, I'm like, God, I don't want to go, but I just go. I never did the grocery pickup. I still
Well, you're probably
have
saving
not
a
done
lot of
it.
money.
No, I'm not. I'm spending more
Because you're going to the store and
because
putting
I'm
everything
going
in
to the
cart.
store and
Yeah.
picking all that shit up that
spend
I don't
way
need.
more especially if I take the kids. To the
Oh
store.
God,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And I
only
should
order
do it. I should literally just
should.
sit down and just do it. Do the grocery pickup, go pull in and have them load it, and then I don't have to
it's
go
so
in.
easy.
I know everybody keeps telling me that, but
Well,
I just,
so now I schedule it. So I will order it on the app. It comes to my house. They deliver it to my house. And so I bring it in and I do it at a time that I know I'm going to have the time to wash all my fruit, chop whatever I need to chop. I've also gotten away from, which might be controversial opinion here, but I just do not buy fresh vegetables anymore. I'm a vegetarian. I eat vegetables all the time. They're like my favorite food. Almost all of them are frozen because it's the same. And it's so much easier. And then I can have like a whole stocked freezer full of whatever vegetable I want to roast that night. And I don't have to think about, oh, but the broccoli's going to go bad. Or, oh, the squash has been in there too long. And it's been so much easier for me to just get rid of that stuff.
see when I buy the fresh vegetables and stuff like that, I try to buy it and I'm going to use it that day. Because
that's nice.
I don't want to leave it sitting there.
But then you're going to the store every time you need fresh.
Yeah, well, we don't eat a lot of vegetables. We're really bad about that.
That's why I mean, Jordan does this too. I do HelloFresh, and they just send it to me.
I
love HelloFresh.
I don't know if my phone heard us talking, but I have had so many HelloFresh things pop up on my phone.
No, let us one of us send you a free thing before you do it.
Okay, yes, send me one.
Oh, yeah,
I really
for
want.
sure
I think I want to try it. Because
Good.
again, that's that
Worth
whole.
a try.
I get tired of trying to figure out what to make for dinner, and I know we
It's
talk
so
about
easy.
that at
Every
some point
meal's
too.
good, no waste. I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
And I'm a terrible. So
Crazy
Lauren
enough.
loves to cook. I hate to cook, and I'm a terrible cook. I'm not good at it. HelloFresh has I feel like it's taught me how to be a better cook.
Good.
My husband will even make comments now. He'll be like, "You're just sautéing those onions on your own," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna throw them." And he's like, "Where did this skill come from?" Because I am such a bad cook, but I feel like HelloFresh has helped me learn. So anybody out there can do HelloFresh.
It's pretty
And they're not sponsored by, we're not sponsored by them.
No.
I'm just this is just a free plug.
Yeah.
Just go do it. It's
and
easy.
it's not that I don't like to cook. I love to cook.
Right.
I love to cook.
I do too.
I just hate trying to figure out different meals to cook because
Well, and it's still cooking. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not It's not like you heat it up and eat it.
No, it's
still very much
raw
cooking.
ingredients, and then you have to cook it. But the other thing that HelloFresh has right is I just really like their spices and their flavoring packets.
so
it
there
just
is
tastes
actual
good.
flavor. This is not
they're
something that's
super
going to be
flavorful.
bland because
Oh, no.
my husband is very Cliff loves spices. He loves to sit and figure out, okay, what did somebody put on that?
No,
And
it's-
he will pull them
fun.
out when we love spices. So I don't want something that's
You
bland.
can always add, but
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
I would say
fantastic.
that I also like a lot of spice. I grew up
I
with
do
a
too.
father that over salted everything, and I also love salt. There have maybe been a couple dishes that were kind of on the bland side, but I would say at least 90% of, honestly, 99% of the HelloFresh meals I eat are awesome.
Okay.
They are something I
Well,
would be happy ordering at a
And
restaurant.
you spice to taste.
Right.
So you're salting and peppering 4 or 5 times while you're cooking it to your own taste at different times, which apparently unlocks the flavoring differently. I didn't know that was a thing. And then they send you the seasoning packets, and usually they'll send the chili flakes or whatever, and it's seasoned to taste. So they
Okay.
send you extra, more
Extra.
than you need.
Okay.
Unless you're like me, who really likes spicy things, and I'm dump that shit in there.
Yeah.
Okay. You've convinced me. I need to try.
And I will also say, while we're just singing HelloFresh's praises, which we shouldn't be because they should really be sponsoring us, but whatever. Their meals are normal meals. It's tacos or an
It's not
Italian
weird.
dish.
It's not going to be something weird that the kids won't eat.
No.
No.
And I've
no.
tried other boxes,
Uh-huh.
and
It's
was
weird. That's why I was like,
too fancy for us. We're
I
just not
started
fancy
with,
people.
I started with Blue Apron, and it
Yeah,
was just
it was
a
too
little
much.
too gourmet, fancy,
Yeah.
schmancy. And HelloFresh does have some things that I would not normally cook. And anytime there's something that's a fan favorite, flagged as a fan favorite, even if it's something I wouldn't normally order on a menu, I will usually try it, and it's always good.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had a single HelloFresh meal that I haven't liked.
Okay. You guys can convince me I need to do it.
Yeah, it's a good.
It is.
So, and it cuts down on the waste. That's
Yes.
my big thing. Is
Yes.
You cut down on the waste. You cut down on the spices that you would buy to put in one dish that you maybe don't like.
Right.
And then you have a whole bottle of the damn spice that you're never going to use again or whatever. Like the alcohol I brought over, I made
That
one
you made one
cocktail.
drink?
I'm never going to make, I don't drink that much. My husband's not going to drink them with me.
Yeah.
So, you have
You're
some
welcome to
stuff.
bring any booze to my house you want anytime, ladies.
that.
It's the bar is open and accepting donations.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so
Sounds
Amanda's
good.
big tip is stop buying. Lauren, what's your big tip?
Oh God. I mean, I think we kind of talked about it with having Katrina over to help organize. It's just not having excess stuff. You don't need 5 sets of measuring cups.
Right.
You don't need, you probably don't even need 10 glasses. Do you ever have 10 people over at your house at the same time that need to drink out of a glass, pint glass?
And how bougie are you? If you do have 10 people over, you're going to use the solo cup. Let's be honest.
Right. It's at my kid's birthday party, and we're using solo cups or paper cups. Right.
Yeah.
I had to buy these plastic wine glasses specifically for my dad because I kept having parties he would come to and he didn't want to drink his fancy ass wine he'd bring with him out of my solo cups. And I didn't want to give him my regular barware because I was like, I'm not going to wash all these dishes.
Yeah.
So I bought him plastic wine glasses that he uses now at my parties.
That's funny.
So there's my tip for you.
I love
That's
your
good.
support. Like how supportive you are of your dad. And not just being like, just drink out of the solo cup, man.
I am supporting his
drink out of the
bougie
bottle.
old
There you
age
go.
because he did not grow up from a bougie background. Like this is something he's decided to do in his old
acquired.
age. He is. It's an acquired taste that I'm here to support
Your
him for
dad
that.
is a very nice man. I
Yes,
would
he
buy
is.
him plastic wine glasses.
My dad's
also.
the best guy in the whole
He's
world.
like
I'm telling you, like I really do have the best parents, you guys.
You
Like
do.
this,
You do.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, here's my tip, and it kind of goes along with Lauren and Amanda's. My tip is to set up a system to get rid of the shit.
Yeah.
So one of the things I learned as I was doing my whole Marie Kondo decluttering thing, some weeks I would be like on a rampage and I'd have like 4 boxes of donation stuff I needed to get rid of. And then other times I'd have like 3 months where I had like 1 box, right? So what I learned was to get those big reusable shopping bags and I keep it in the closet under my stairs and it's just there. And as I find things that I'm like, you know what, this does not spark joy anymore, or I don't need this anymore, you know, but I don't necessarily want to throw it away and feel wasteful about it because that's always the thing. Or like feel like maybe I could sell it. I'm never ever going to sell it. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I started the donation bag. I always have the donation bag. I drop things in it. And then whenever the donation bag gets full, what's really great about if you live in the Springfield area in Springfield, Missouri, there's all these donation bin drop-offs around
Yep.
town. And several of them are for very good nonprofits. There is one that is not a nonprofit that my brother found and he alerted me to. And I was like, oh shit. Then I saw it. It is purple, which is the same color as the Boys and Girls Club bin. And I feel like they've done that on purpose. But it is a
sure.
for-profit group that claims they help nonprofit. Like it was
Oh.
kind of a tricksy. I was like, I don't like that.
That is sketchy.
No, that was sketchy. So you got to find a good nonprofit, but you can drop it in the bin. So I just drop it whenever I go out. I just take my bag of donation crap and then it's gone. It's
Yep.
out of the house. It's out of
You
my
don't
life.
drive around with it in your car for 2 weeks.
No.
Cliff always gets on me about that. He's like, you get a big donation bag, and then you drive around with it in your car for 2 weeks. I'm like,
you
no,
gotta
I'm not doing
scout
it
them out.
anymore.
You
least
got to
they
scout
made
them
it.
out. You got to know where the drop-offs
Yes.
are, and you take it and you get rid of it. And that has helped me so much because when I first started, I'd have these like piles of just shit I needed to donate. And it was just accumulating. And I was like, this isn't helpful. This isn't better. And so
Yeah.
now that I have my donation system, I feel like it's so much better. And then once I decided something's like not for me, it goes in the bin and it's no big deal.
I
Love
gotta,
it.
I gotta
love
keep an eye on that bin now because the ones that I use are purple, so I don't know which one I'm
You
gonna
gotta
have to
look
look.
and see.
I'll
Look, you
look.
gotta read it and see what it's for. Convoy of Hope has some brown bins around Springfield, and they're a good organization.
Yeah.
But there's several of them.
Okay.
That is so sketchy.
I
That
know.
really makes me very nauseous.
They're just selling your crap.
Yeah.
Oh, there it comes.
What's that sound?
It's coming to run us over.
The Hot Mess Express is pulling into the station. Okay, I am personally really excited about this week's Hot Mess Express story. This was everywhere in November. It was like all over TikTok, Facebook. I mean, wherever you were looking at social media, I'm sure most people have seen the story or heard about it. Did you guys hear about it before you saw this?
I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I can't remember. If you
I
said it was in
definitely
November.
I saw the title, like the headline, but I don't
Okay.
think I read the article.
Okay, so this was literally everywhere, but the one we pulled ended up being written by Ben Planchet and published on HuffPost. And so we'll post that into our Facebook group. But the headline reads, ready for this? Shocking video shows Disneyland streaker going naked on It's a Small World.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Okay, Amanda, please read the story and tell us all about the streaker that went naked on It's a Small
All
World.
right. Well, he was a 26-year-old man at Disneyland. Well, let's see. 26-year-old man was at Disneyland arrested on Sunday after he allegedly went skinny dipping in the waters of the iconic It's a Small World attraction. Oh,
It's
dear
so good.
God.
And there are freaking videos.
Oh, that's even better.
And we will post those too because our Facebook group is not going to be safe for work. So
No.
we will absolutely
Yeah.
post those videos because they are hilarious.
So it says shocking videos on social media show a man strolling around the attraction wearing just underwear and glasses as a pile of clothes sits on the ground. Another clip shows the man seen taking a seat next to a singing animatronic doll as the music plays a faux Taj Mahal on this ride. Plays near. Stop, you're going to get hurt. Stop, I need you to stop. Please, just sit down, one cast member yells at the man as he roams around the dolls in a clip shared by @Magic Megra,
Megra.
sorry, on Instagram.
Because they're Disney characters.
Megra, got you.
Actually, I don't know. Was Hercules Disney? I assume Megra.
Hercules is
Okay,
Disney, but
there you go.
is it? I thought it was just Meg.
Isn't it Megra and she goes by Meg?
I mean, I'm sure,
Maybe.
but I
bet the internet will let us know if we're wrong.
Yes, please tell us if we're wrong. Another Instagram user at iHeartDisneyland wrote that the man pushed the boat behind them while on the ride. We were stuck on the ride for about an hour and 15 minutes. Thankfully, we are safe and we got off safely, the user wrote. Safe? That ride goes like 0.2 miles an hour.
Well, and he's a streaker. I mean, come on. What was he going to do? Touch you with his penis? Like, it's okay. I'm sure this was very traumatizing, though. There are a bunch of little kids on this ride.
Yeah, exactly. If there was little kids, I
was
totally
not a good
get
thing
it.
to happen.
But, God. A different set of not safe for work clips shows the man.
Those are the ones I'll post.
Those are the ones, completely naked and jumping into the water on the boat ride before he is carried away by security and police officers. Anaheim police arrested a 26-year-old man on suspicion of indecent exposure and being under the influence of a controlled substance, according to the Orange County Register. Officials at the theme park told KTLA that the man got off the ride while it was operating, and employees brought the attraction to a stop when they were made aware of the situation. So, ladies, it doesn't matter how much of a hot mess week you are having. At least you didn't streak naked through It's a Small World.
That's right. You could be so much worse.
God,
so
yes.
give yourself a little grace.
Yes. Yeah.
Hashtag goals.
You want to have like that level of a breakdown?
I mean,
God.
If you're going to do it, go big.
Right,
Look
go big or go home.
Look out Silver Dollar City, because you never know what's going to be coming now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. God.
Okay, we want to thank you guys so much for spending time with us this week. If you have a Hot Mess Express story you want to share, you want to correct anything we've said, or just give us feedback in general, remember, be kind. You can email us at hotmessroundtable@gmail.com. And please go join our Facebook group and share your ideas and just support each other. We will do a huge dump because I feel like we did lots of recommendations this episode of products and other things. So we'll do a big dump of those links so you can see all of that in our Facebook group. And if you have time, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and leave us a review on whatever platform you listen to your podcasts on. That'll help us out a lot.
Yep.
And thank you guys so much. Everybody have a great week.
Have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you.